I was very recently asked to check out Class of Nuke Em High, and I just thought, I don't want to watch that, it sounds incredibly outdated. But to my surprise, this happened.
Where is he? Hey, didn't anybody ever tell you to knock before entering a room?
Well, this film's ahead of its time. Solo! For I, the chosen one, Class of Nuke Em High has an outstanding synth score that hits on all cylinders when it comes to setting the tone of doom and gloom that rivals other standout movies of its time, like Street Trash and many other top tier trash that came out in the golden age of horror cinema, that claims king when it comes to exploitative low budget films. While Class of Nuke Em High is a piece of low budget art, it does come with its flaws. Class of Nuke Em High feels like it was a cartoon that was remade into a movie by artificial intelligence. The over-the-top acting does give a mid-1980s to early 1990s Saturday morning cartoon feel, but with a very dark edge. In Tromaville, where would you think is the best place for a school to be? What area would you say is safe for young adults? Right next to a nuclear power plant. That's what.
Well, at least it's away from Bill Cosby.
Isn't he dead, mate? I actually have no idea if he's dead or even if he isn't, anyhow. Like regular teens, these teens want to breed like rabbits. Others have been changed due to pollution in the area. Like these bozos. These window lickers bully everyone in sight. Have a different opinion? Bullied. Look different? Bullied. This brings me back to my wild-eye days. Fond memories, fond memories. If you have a promising future in Tromaville, well, shit happens. Looks like he's blown toxic. Troma's toxic all over him, all over his face. You know, instead of running for help, I'll jump through the window. You know, as you do. And you notice, look, when everybody were watching him jump out, they were looking at the camera and not looking up. That guy is from Friday the 13th. I don't even have to say who it is because you should know if you're watching this. If you don't, shame on you. Shame on you. Fugly looking bugger.
That's one way to evacuate the building.
Speaking of evacuating, do you want to look good while you evacuate? Check out Movie Massacre's new shampoo. It's dry as a bone. You'll look beautiful. Everybody will look at you in jealousy. Like, who's that? I want hair as good as that guy does. Because you all know my hair is beautiful and silky smooth. And it's so good, it repels the fucking rain. The rain. Repels rain. That's how good it is. Order Movie Massacre's dry shampoo while stocks last. Here's Tweedledum and Tweedledee. They both want to go heels to Jesus together, but both of them are too shy to try the deed out. What's the best way to get pushed into performing? Is DJ Finger Blast and Fish Fingers Disco Go-Go? Radioactive weed, of course. This scene is pretty funny, as both of them are sloshed from drinking Sailor Jerry's juice and inhaling toxic fumes. You also appreciate the Porky's vibe that comes with this scene. Oh. Naughty, naughty, you thought I was going to show you that? You filthy buggers, you two won't allow that. Naughty, 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 no. Not on this show, not on this show. I'm not sure which film came first though. Come to think of it, I'm not sure which one of these two dirty buggers came first either. Now it's time for today's sponsor, us. Check us out on SoundCloud. This original song here is something that we made recently and it's now available to listen to on SoundCloud. Our stuff will be available soon on Spotify. We'll be releasing singles, slowly throughout the year. So go check us out, Movie Massacre Show and the Necrophilharmonic Orchestra. Check us out, or you'll bloody regret it, I tell thee that. I bloody tells thee. Later that night, both kids separate after beating the crap out of sausage rolls all night and get some sleep. Both of them have horrific hallucinations or premonitions of what's to come due to inhaling the radioactive weed from earlier on. These dreams do become a reality when Tweedledum goes all Slime City on the high school bullies. He freaking annihilates them. Things like this are exactly why I adore movies. The practical effects on show truly are an art form, and it goes a long way when you put in some hard work. For instance, Class of Nuke Em High were made for $400,000 and Shark Exorcist was made for $300,000. The difference isn't that much for a movie. This is a perfect example of how dumbed down the average moviegoer is. Class of Nuke Em High looks incredible for a low budget movie. They also didn't have the luxuries of what filmmakers have today when it comes to getting help due to the World Wide Web and the amount of quality products you can get on a budget. I'm not being mean when I say not all, but a lot of low budget films are uninspired and lazy and here have a huge lack of work ethic. The budget when it comes to these movies do prove that. People are buying lazier, uninspired movies, so that's what gets churned out. It's a fact. It isn't meant to offend anyone, but it is true. For example, look at how impressive the practical effects are here. There's so much to be desired in this scene. It's horrific yet gorgeous due to the work involved when it comes to creating what lays before you. Class of Nuke Em High though does fall onto its knees for the first hour. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying though. The art performed within the first hour is really impressive, but I feel that it lacks identity. Like JJ.
I'm a gimp.
Get out, you daft lad, get out. A lot of the first hour does have a lot of subplots. So it does look like Hellraiser, where humans are causing all sorts of trouble, then the Cenobites, or in this case the humanoid, appears and makes stew out of everyone in sight. And dear me, this creature is a fantastical viewing experience for the eyes to gaze upon. This majestic bastard goes on a killing spree for the last 20 minutes of the movie, and I feel that Class of Nuke Em High should have had this fugly bugger in it from the get-go. Although I do hear that the sequel does lead more towards the humanoid aspect of the first film's story. Class of Nuke Em High is a dining experience for the eyes and ears when it comes to practical effects and its synthetic score. For the first 50 to 60 minutes, it's more of a Troma version of a darker version of Porky's, mixed with a little Toxic Avenger. But the final 20 minutes is where the horror begins and it's glorious. We get some melons thrown in too, and sometimes they do walk in on JJ while he's playing with his sausage while scenes like that are paused. Dirty bugger. If Class of Nuke Em High sounds like something you'd enjoy, then check it out. If you've seen it and its sequels, please let me know what you think of them in the comments. I do love chatting with every one of you. Like, share and subscribe. It's a small act for you, but it does go a long way for us. And tell your friends, join our fucking cult.